Sheridan.
Yes.
Okay, this doesn't get brought up a lot in romance books.
Okay.
But every now and then it does. Okay. And I have to tell you, I am against it.
What is it?
It is when the FMC talks about the MMC's nipples. And they're like, they'll be like, his, like, you know what I mean? And they're like, they describe them as sex or whatever. The one that actually prompted me to make this note saw it through his shirt and was like, oh, his nipples.
Oh.
In what world? Okay. I worked with the guy. True story. I worked with the guy, and every shirt he wore, you could see his nipples through. And he was not like a heavy guy. Like, you know what I mean? And all I could think was nipples. And actually once I took to a whiteboard to draw his nipples for someone because they hadn't seen it. And I was like, the next time you see him, I guarantee you also see his nipples.
Interesting. I mean, some people, I am not going to call out that part of the male anatomy. It doesn't do anything for me. No. I know obviously for guys, it does. They get excited to see that.
That's different.
But there probably are women out there who are like, oh yeah, show me, free the
maybe. But it does nary a thing but turn me off. Like the second, like there was one where I like was all in and she brought up the nipple and I was like,
this is messed up, and this is a whole other conversation on society's expectation from being hairless. But when I think of nipples, I think that they're hairy, and hairy then like I nipples? Can't accept. Yes, like if I think of male nipples, I think that they're going to be hairy.
Hipples,
and so hipples. Free the hipples.
Hey, if we have to wax other
true.
You know how long I've been waxing these eyebrows?
Mm-hmm.
Turn a tie.
Sensitive places.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. I respect that people can do it. I genuinely do. You're like a champion, but like they say you have to get on like all fours in front of a stranger. It's a hard no.
Yes. I don't need to be that close to the wax.
You should not be able to describe what my looks like.
No. And then, yeah. What a day for them on the day-to-day basis. But again, society's expectations, people can be hairy if they want to be hairy. But again, I agree with you on free the nips. Wait, don't free the nips.
Yeah, I just don't want to it's not going
to do it for you. Not going to do it for you.
Put away your nipple chatter.
I would agree. Do you like it when it's reversed? When they talk about him doing?
Well, I mean, like it is a hard. I get.
Just to get your gears going.
I mean, I think it makes sense in the spicy scene. It's not a turn off.
Okay.
They're always pink too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they're always like pebbled.
Yeah.
You know, like
little pebble.
Anyways, little pebbles. Anyways,
let's talk about nipples. Ask me about my nipples.
And we did coin a new term, hairy nipples or hipples.
All right, you want to get into you want to really rip the shirt off this?
Let's do it.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Sheridan.
And together we're Sippin on Spice podcast.
And once a week, Jordan and I get together and we either talk about a book that we've recently read or we just discuss all different types of bookish content and topics. Today, we're going to be talking through some recent contemporary romance reads and just contemporary romance topics.
Yeah.
And nipples.
And guess what else? Nipples. Okay. So something that has jumped out to me recently in books is they're always describing their clothes as threadbare shirt. It started happening to me so much. I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what the that means. I had to Google it. It's like a super worn shirt.
Yes.
Because this draws me back to like sometimes people will use the phrase, it's another common phrase, are Henley shirt or smart pants.
That I had no idea what that is.
I've had to Google both. They're both like brands. They're both like brand styles. So I thought perhaps a threadbare is a style. Because I did assume a worn shirt. But then it started coming up so much. I was like, where are all these threadbare shirts coming from?
What are these?
Is this a trendy store I know nothing of? But no, they are indeed. And I just think it's funny that like when you start to see a lot of those like similar commentary that you're like, you start to doubt yourself. You know, it's like if you say a word over and over again, you're like, that's not a word.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. You can say yes.
You're like orange, orange.
I always think of sheets, threadbare sheets, but like worn sheets.
Yes,
like
but
that,
like,
you know.
but they're not like destroyed.
But they're close. They're
close.
threadbare. They're getting to it. They're gonna be destroyed.
If you want it, you could get right to it.
That is funny. I now I know what smart pants are. I would have never known.
Yes,
know it's a
smart pants are like a fancy brand, not brand, but like a fancy style. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, okay.
Was khakis?
They're smart. They're smart.
Yeah, but people kept saying it. And I was like, what the are smart pants? Like, what does that mean? Like, are they AI pants?
Oh, geez. The pants help you. The pants walk for you.
Gregory, this gray does not match the navy you have selected. Select a different shirt.
That would be helpful. That'd be helpful.
Especially if you're colorblind.
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Why aren't we using AI for that? Huh?
We could be inventors. Why aren't we using AI?
Why aren't the colorblind peoples rising up, asking more of our AI?
It's a really valid question.
I don't know.
Is that an ethical
There's
question?
a movement there.
There's a movement there. We can start it. We can start it, even though we're not colorblind.
It makes me think of those people who put on glasses. Like sometimes they're colorblind glasses or sometimes they're like regular glasses and they can like see for the first time and they cry.
Oh my God, yeah. Those always make me cry too.
Yeah.
When I see them, I always tear up.
Exactly.
Like when they're kids. And then I'm like, oh my God.
That's how they would feel if their smart pants would tell them.
They would. New invention needed. I have been dying to talk to you, like fully talk to you, because we've already been talking about this, but to like fully talk to you about our love on record of Bootleg Springs.
Oh my God. It's so good.
Like yes.
This is, okay,
obsessed.
so this series is written by Claire Kingsley and Lucy Score. It is a 6-book small town romance series interconnected with like an interconnected mystery aspect. People don't talk about it enough and it's an absolute travesty. If you haven't read it and you like small town contemporary, wordless.
You gotta read it.
You know I am a champion of not reading in order. Read this in order. This is the one thing I will tell you. Read this in order. Every book gets better than the last. The mystery builds. The story is so good. The final book payoff.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So I did not expect to love it as much as I did. Like you sold me on it. I expected to love it, but it was like life changing.
Yeah.
Like that. I love that series so much. I still think about it.
Yeah.
Like I just finished it and I still think about it. I was that hooked. And I think it made me think, like I have so many thoughts about this series, but it made me think, has there ever been a town that you've read in small town contemporary romance that was so amazing? You're like, I need to find this town in real life and move there. Like,
honestly, not quite like this one, because what I loved about this town and what they did is usually you do the small town and there's like somebody who's been neglected by the town, or you know what I mean? There's some of the negativity of a small town in it. This small town is just amazing. They're all bros. They're all there for each other, with the exception of one resident. And you just love it. You just love everything about it and the camaraderie of it. And it's just such a unique take. Like there has not been a town that has inspired this person in that way.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I want to move to their town. I absolutely love these books. I love the characters. I love all the tropes.
I want to watch the chicken cross the road.
Yes, Mona Lisa chicken. I just want to. Yeah, the town was amazing. And something else that I wanted to discuss with you, because and I want to hear your thoughts. Typically, I do not like flawed male main characters. Like for me, the male main character is there to serve the female main character in the book. So he can't be.
Where are my grapes?
Right. But she actually did it in a way where all of her male main characters were flawed, but I still loved them and cared about them. But they were like real people. Yeah. Because real people are flawed. You know what I mean? So yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
I thought they did a really good job of making the whole thing kind of relatable. Everybody was likable. Even the flaws they had were likable, because it's not like, I think a lot of times where authors go wrong is the flaws too big. The third act breakup is too big, right? The shoe that drops, so to speak, is always like, it's got to be like a 10. and maybe like a 7 to a 6 would have been appropriate. Like, it was like when they sat down to write it, they not only knew the end, but they had this whole vision of how it connected. And you know what I mean? It just felt, to me, you just know when you read a series that just feels like it was a whole brainchild before it was sat down.
I agree. Yeah. How everything's interconnected. I did read it in order per your recommendation. So it's like that payoff through the end of the book. Amazing.
Yeah, because I read from book 3 on and then came back and read book 1 and 2. And that was my one regret, is I should have read it in order. It would have, not that I didn't still love it. I loved it. It's just, it was actually meant to be read in order in a way that most interconnected standalones don't have to be. But I think if you really want the bang for your buck, in order.
Read it in order. The payoff's so fantastic.
Good. And the humor in it's good. Like, it's like I said, it gets more suspenseful over time, right? So like towards the end, you lean into like a Catherine Cowles territory. You have the humor that you kind of get used to, not just with Claire Kingsley, but with Lucy Score. She's known for her like quirky small towns, but it's not over the top in the way that you think like, oh, we're just trying to feed into the humor. Like, everything about it is so well constructed. It's a masterpiece.
I agree. Oh, I love it. Like, I want to reread it. And if this ever gets out there, please make special editions of these books. Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
They need to happen.
Yeah. 100%.
They're that good.
We deserve them. I deserve them personally.
Yeah, I think I do too. Yeah.
I think my commitment to this town has earned me the right to purchase special editions.
Oh my God. And there's no Etsy merch. I even went on Etsy. It's literally nothing tied to it. It's like these, like, come on.
Yeah.
Make some Etsy merch.
Every single book is rated like 4.5 stars. So like.
It's wild.
The peoples agree. We the people. Love this.
Call your senator, like you said.
Call your senator. Call your local book talker and ask them to talk about Bootleg Springs. Okay. So I was driving with my husband the other day. And we were behind this big truck, like a hunting, like he had like hunting stickers and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he goes off-roading or does whatever. I don't know if people do in giant trucks with hunting stickers, but his license plate was something along the lines of I'm in rut. And I was like, my romance addled brain was like, that's pervy.
Like a monster romance,
or like
a minotaur,
or like sometimes they talk about like not soft versions of it where they're like, hey, he's running into, you know what I mean? I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that full sentence. It makes me uncomfy to say out loud, but I'll read it. So I like started laughing, and my husband was like, oh, it's like a hunting phrase. Or like it's like outdoorsy, you know what I mean? Don't quote me on it, but it's something. It's a phrase.
Mating,
no, not like that.
That's what it's called.
Yes, that's what I thought too. Yeah. And he was like, no, it's like a. I can't remember what it was. It was like, don't quote me on it again. It was like digging holes, or you know what I mean? It was a hunting term.
Oh.
Or digging or outdoors. insert outdoor words here. And I started dying laughing, and I was like, the way that our two brains had two very different definitions for that same thing. Because again, with the tone of the truck, what he actually meant was the one thing. And where my brain went was, you pervert.
He doesn't even know. Or maybe he does know. Maybe he's a romance fan.
Maybe he's like,
I'm in a rut. Yeah.
He's in a wolf shifter romance right now.
Right. Maybe. And he loved it so much he immortalized it on his driver's what is that called? Not driver's license. What is it called?
License plate.
Thank you. It's forever there because he's such a fan.
He's nodding strangers as we speak.
Yes, I was just thinking that. He loved Bride by Allie Hazelwood so much. License plate.
Although now that I've said it, it's like, does that make it because he had all the hunting things? Like, is he, you know what I mean?
Oh God, that got dark.
I'm sorry. My brain was like, not done with this.
He's just digging holes, like your husband said.
I don't remember what the exact phrase was because it went in one ear and out the other, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
You're like, I'm not holding on to this.
Goodbye.
That's quite the license plate.
This fact isn't here to stay.
That's so funny.
Okay. Something else. I'm not done. I'm not done with you talking about my thoughts. I've had a lot of thoughts. Okay. A phrase in every book. Fantasy, contemporary, probably sci-fi. I don't know. I'm sure it's there.
Yeah.
You've ruined me. If I read that one more time, I'm going to jump off of something. There's got to be another way to say that.
True. And it's not inherently good.
No.
It's not like...
You ruined me.
Exactly. Like, how is she supposed to take that?
Well, and like, she says it a lot of times.
True. But either person, if your spouse came to you and was like, you've ruined me.
Be like, that's dramatic.
I don't know how I take that. Yeah, exactly. like good,
you could have just
like
said you had a good time.
Right, exactly. But now your life is ruined. Now, if they say, if they follow up with ruined, if they follow up with you've ruined me for other people, how do you
that's what they mean. It's the same thing.
So I know, but just saying you ruined me, which I've read too, is so, it has such a different meaning.
No, I hate them both. Because it's at the point where every single book says it. And it's like always after the first moment. You know what I mean? We've done tension, we've done angst, we've done pining, we have time. You've ruined me for everyone else.
I don't know that it bothers me. I can see your point. It's common to be used.
It's at every book now. It's literally every book now. And I'm like, can somebody, because it was hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was hot. I've reached the point where I've read it so much, I'm like, baby girl, get a thesaurus.
Yeah.
They don't give you a thesaurus for phrases. But you get my drift. There's got to be a different way. Like, no one else will ever compare to you.
There you go.
It's never been like that before. I couldn't have even dreamed it would have been like this.
You should write a book.
I just gave you 3 phrases.
You should write a book.
Honestly, I'll do this for free. Okay. If you're writing a book, you email me. Okay. I'm going to give you another phrase where you ruin me. So I'll give you options. Okay. I'll give you a drop down menu. I swear to God, I can't read it again.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to start. Okay. Yeah.
Because again,
take that knowledge with me.
I've read it so many times now that I'm like, did you?
You're sassy about it. Now I'm going to think about that all the time. It didn't bother me, but now it will.
Yeah. It's because it's every book because I've been reading a lot. So it's like when you hit that point in every book, you're like, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Say it one more time. I do have phrases like that. I totally have another one that also shocked me. While we're on this topic, okay? Like while we're just on this topic of humans being humans, doing spicy things in romance books, I just recently read, and it was so jarring to me that it stuck with me and I had to write it down. I had to discuss, but maybe it's me being me. The female main character wakes up and they're going to go out for like a run because he's a personal trainer. It's like a part of their romance. And then she was like, I was in such a hurry. I didn't wear deodorant.
Ugh.
And then they do, thank you. And then they do this run and then they have time. After the run, no deodorant.
Honestly, after the run is a no. Whether you had deodorant or not. If you approached me sans deodorant, I'd be like, get in the shower, then swing on by.
Exactly. I even wear deodorant to sleep. Again, it was so jarring to me because I was like, she just got up and was like, no deodorant. I'm going to run. And then we're going to bang. Yeah. And it's like, okay. But,
this comes up a lot. And I think like sports romances too, where they're like, he, finished his game and he was all sweaty and he gives me a big hug and I made a joke, but I don't mind. I don't mind to sweat. I mind. Okay. No amount of love. Yes. I'm not saying I don't love you. I'm saying don't touch me with your sweaty mitts.
That's my reaction as well. If someone's very sweaty, if it's a romance novel, if it's real life, they come in, please, no
touching.
No touching.
Hands off.
Even if you're a hockey star, no touching.
Hands off.
Exactly.
Okay. I feel like we've been reading a lot of second chance romances lately. And here's the thing. I think that if you write a second chance romance, you are not allowed to have a third act breakup.
I could see that.
I think could see that. Then it's a third chance romance.
It is. Yes.
How many by that time, if there's another breakup, I'm sorry, we don't have stable ground here.
Right. Yeah. Why are you together? If you're breaking up that often, that's spicy
the next time, I know, but stand by it.
Yeah.
Jalapeno on this, okay? I It doesn't make sense.
Ghost pepper.
How many times you take another breakup?
Right.
No. I think that if you write a second chance romance, there can be a third act tension. There can be a misunderstanding that results in you guys taking some time apart for a couple days. But if you
cannot break up,
I'm out.
Yeah, I would agree with you on this.
I'm out.
I would agree with this.
If you break up in a second chance romance, don't get back together.
Yeah, that's true.
Book's about someone else.
Yeah, exactly. When this is your second chance, there's your chance. You got to make this work.
How would you work through anything in the future? Literally at every turn you've had a problem now. You've broken up.
So true. How would you have any trust? And then the enjoyment is gone to read that. Because it just sounds stressful at that point. But not in a fun way. Not in a suspense way. I agree. There are books I'd like to send my therapy bill to. There are books where I'm like, you know what, author? Here you go.
Lauren Roberts could have all of my therapy bills. Lauren Roberts would get a newsletter to my burn book. She wouldn't have to subscribe, okay? Her publicist would be subscribed to my burn book.
That's so funny. She was a youngin'. You have to remember she was a youngin', but yes.
Yeah, I do. Yes. I do, and I understand. However, I read it. I'm on a contemporary break.
I know, you really are. You're on fantasy journey right now, which I'm so excited for. Because I tried to get you back into fantasy romance so hard for months.
Yeah.
That's
really probably did. Also probably why I wouldn't do it.
That's
you tried too hard.
That's right. You need to be, we had this whole conversation. Yeah. Interesting. I have to sell it to you with your avoidant.
Honestly, like my physical TBR is mostly fantasy. And every time I look at it, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Well, I don't really want to read physical books. They're the trophies, but I like e-reading for sure. Yeah. I prefer that.
I wish I had been smarter about that at first because it's a lot of like the original stuff I bought. Whereas now, like I only buy books that I've read and love.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think the other thing with contemporaries right now too is there's just too much just skimming all this. I just want plot.
Yeah.
I'm out here to read books, it seems.
Yeah. Well, look at that.
I guess I'm reading books.
Yeah. You want to read the story.
And you know what? You know what else I'm going to say on top of this?
What?
It's like whenever you read contemporary too and they're like pregnant and they're always like, you're so beautiful and you're so big because you're swelling with my life and stuff. I don't feel that way.
Like that's not my experience.
If my husband said that to me, I'd laugh at him. I'd be like,
so funny.
I get out. I don't know what you want, but it's not happening now.
Right. You're like, I need space. Thank you.
Come back with ice cream. Yeah.
Right. That would be showing this to me. That is so funny. They always do that though in contemporary. You're right. It's always this like
nobody talks like that.
Always.
Nobody talks like that. Stop. And again, maybe they do. You know what? If you have that, good for you. And it makes you happy, good for you.
Yeah.
If my husband said that to me, I'd be like, turn around, come back with a sundae, and say less. Okay? Don't come in here telling me I'm swelling with life. In fact, don't say the word swell. Lie to me.
Yeah, don't say it.
You are but a stick figure. I could not draw a stick figure as thin as you. That's kind of.
That's.
Here's your ice cream. Yes. I'll be in the other room.
All the fantasies.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess this is our season under. Yeah.
Yeah.
Season's over. Well, if you've been following this whole conversation, you now know that I am probably no longer with child, but am holding child. Therefore,
yes,
this is the end of season 2. We will be back
around Labor Day.
We're gonna come back around Labor Day. No pun intended.
That's true. That's so true. Well, it'll be like the start of the school season. Like we're back in session. You know,
we'll be back around Labor Day wearing white for the last time. Running out the white.
Take advantage. Take advantage of Labor Day.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Labor Day. Wear your white.
Yep. Because you can't wear it past that.
You can't.
It'll be
that day. From then on, you're gonna have to change colors, man. Hope you look good in other stuff. It'd be rough for half a year. Also, when does it reset? Do you ever think about that? Like, so
No,
you know you can't wear
I
white after
say
like
that I do.
Here's my thing. They say you can't wear white after Labor Day.
Right.
But like, when
So
does that law reset? Like in January, is the white
January?
okay again until Labor Day?
I think
Or
so.
like, I feel like that sentence is so vague, and I need more information.
It is.
Like
Let's
was
Google
it just after the first Labor Day they were like, no, seriously, why are you guys still wearing white? Like no, we ended white as a whole.
Can never wear it again.
Yeah, like we didn't mean like seasonally, we meant for evs. Also, what does Labor Day have on the color white?
Memorial Day. You can only wear it in the summer. Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Why? Why can't you wear white after Labor Day? Wow, what a short time for white. Is it all white?
I know.
Like, can I wear a white shirt and jeans? Or like, is it against like a full Hamptons look?
Okay. So this fashion rule can be traced all the way back to the turn of the century. This unspoken rule
is the turn of the century,
spoken, like 1900, I think, not 2000.
I was like, when is the turn of the century? What does that even mean?
Okay, so this unspoken rule, now a very much spoken rule, was created by the old money. It's spoken. It's spoken.
In fact, one could say I just spoke it.
You did. The old money elite, hoping to elevate themselves above the nouveau rich or newly rich. Those with enough capital to travel during the winter and fall wore white as vacation attire.
I was right. It's Hamptons. It's because like the Hampton summer parties, they wear white.
They're saying travel in the winter and fall wore white as a vacation attire. Maybe to the Hamptons? Maybe.
I think they summer there though. Where do you summer? But also Memorial Day to Labor Day is summer.
Yeah.
So they only wear it.
So they were saying, yeah.
You can't wear white in winter. Only during summer. Yeah.
They're saying, yes, exactly. Which I do love that, like, have you seen it on TikTok, the coastal grandma aesthetic? Where it's like their houses look like they look like a 90s movie. I love that. I eat that up.
So you heard it here first through the grapevine. If you like what you heard, you can find us at TikTok and Instagram at Sippin on Spice.
Yeah, and we also have a YouTube channel, so you can see previously released episodes on there as well as other bookish content. So please feel free to check us out on YouTube and like and subscribe.
Yep, and we will see you in season 3. Cheers.